Morning and welcome to my last day of school potentially ever. I'm starting my 4th year medical school, which is absolutely crazy to say, and I'm going to be on emergency medicine for the next month. I'm currently feeling quite anxious about the day ahead. I feel like at the start of a new year, I don't really know what the expectations are for a 4th year student. I've never been to this hospital. I don't know like the flow or the layout of the department, and it's just a lot of unknown and uncertainty, which I know as soon as I get my foot in the door and get oriented, everything will be fine. But it's just like that feeling of uncertainty that's causing me some stress. And I've been thinking about it for the past couple days. I feel like my sleep last night wasn't that good because I was stressing about today. I'm getting ready to head out now, and I was originally planning to bus. It takes quite a bit longer, like 20 to 30 minutes, but that way I wouldn't have to deal with like traffic, especially on the way back. But it's actually not looking that bad right now, probably because it's still quite early. It's currently 6:50. So I think we're just gonna head out the door before it gets worse, and we'll see what the day holds. It is lunchtime. I still don't have photo access to the change room area, so it's been 4 hours since I drank any water or went to the bathroom. So I'm gonna bring this back out with me. And then I have this salmon bowl that I meal prepped for lunch. It's been a good morning so far. Yay! The day was great. I felt like I was so engrossed in what we were doing, I didn't have time to think about anything else. I didn't even check my phone all day. A little recap. It's good that I got there literally like 40 minutes early, because first I couldn't find the parking lot that we can get a student rate at. So that took me like 10 minutes, and then I had to find out how to get from the parking lot to the actual emergency department. And then once I was there, I had to get like a lay of the land, get changed, etc. So by the time that I was actually ready, I was only really 5 minutes early. And normally doesn't take that long for me to like get oriented to somewhere, but I just wanted a lot of buffer room, and I'm glad that I did end up leaving like a bit overkill early. And then the staff that I worked with today was great. They were so good at teaching, asked me questions about my patients that like prompted my thinking, but they weren't like mean about it. And there's a couple things that I want to review on my own, but overall I feel like I did a pretty good job. Normally how the flow works is that there's a list of all the patients in your section of the emergency department, and then you pick with your preceptor who you want to go see. Depending on how like critical their issue is, you either go in with your preceptor or you go in by yourself and do like a history, physical, get the story, and then come up with a presentation about what you think is going on and what you want to do about it to your preceptors. And I've really been trying to work on like coming up with the plan, that aspect of it, because I feel like in 1st and 2nd year I was really focused on like getting a good history and doing a physical exam, and then 3rd year it was more about coming up with a list of items of what it might be, and then sort of prioritizing a differential diagnosis that way. And I feel like at every step it feels like a struggle in the beginning, but then you like slowly start to get the hang of it. So I just think like seeing more cases, challenging myself to do things that I haven't done before, and just keep learning is the best way forward. In my 3rd year rotation, I was at a hospital that sees more lower acuity cases. So there was sort of like a trauma resuscitation area, but it wasn't used, I think, at all in the time that I was there. And the hospital that I'm at here seems like it sees a little bit more higher acuity. So I've never actually seen like resuscitation or like seen CPR being done. And obviously I don't want anyone to be in those situations, but I think accidents and incidents do happen. And here I might have the opportunity to like see what that environment is like. Yeah, because I really don't know how I'll like feel or react to it when the time does come. It is currently 5:30. It literally took me over an hour to drive home with the traffic. I think any shifts that I have during the daytime, I'm just gonna end up taking the bus. I just wanted to drive today because it was quite gloomy and rainy outside. And I wanted to quickly share what I keep inside like my scrub pockets. I always have like a lined notebook like this, which I can just write and jot down things quickly on. I have 2 pens right now, one's black and one's green, but this one switches between like a highlighter, a multicolor pen, etc. And then I got this pen light on Amazon. It's for like the pupils. And these guys are just like tucked up in here. Rice bowl with 2 Chinese dishes. This is stir-fried cabbage, which should be a little bit more crispy, but whatever, and tomato and eggs. This school year, my one main personal goal is to maintain my healthy everyday habits. And I feel like that's so much easier said than done, but it's one thing that I struggled with a lot last year. After a long shift, especially when it's dark outside, I'm guilty of just like grabbing takeout, showering, and going to bed. But with that, I sacrificed the aspect of like not moving my body, not eating the best meals, having a messy apartment, etc. It sounds like silly to say, but I truly didn't realize how big of an impact maintaining my space and prioritizing my health made on how I felt and like my energy overall. All this to say, today I didn't want to go on the run, but I told myself I was making this commitment, so I just went out there. It wasn't the best run, but I do feel great now. And I just had some dinner. We're about to clean up, but before that, I wanted to unbox this super exciting package with you guys. I've been wanting this for over a year now, and I actually was about to buy it myself, and that same day the team reached out to see if I was interested in being gifted one, which is absolutely crazy. So as you can see, this is like a fitness / health tracker ring. The feature that I'm probably the most excited for is tracking my sleep, because last year my sleep schedule was terrible, and I'm really interested to see how it does in terms of like tracking my stress and how refreshed I am when I wake up in the mornings. There's like a little introduction package, some stickers. This is the charging dock with cables to plug it in. In case you were curious, I did get the sizing kit, and I feel like the sizes are pretty much the same. Maybe this is like slightly more snug, and this is in the like the color Bionic Gold.
Every night I try to love, but your heart is made of stone. All my tears, they fall like rain, yet you leave me here alone. I give you all I have inside. You pretend it's all pretend. Your empty eyes, they break me down. Will this torment never end? I just started reading a new book. This is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I read a couple chapters earlier this year, but I totally forgot what happened, so I decided to start new again. It was a good way to wind down because now I'm exhausted. And I guess that pretty much wraps up the first day. It was a pretty good day. I'm happy with how things went. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll be able to have like the energy and time to edit some more vlogs as we go on later into this year. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.